surprise for your nose and your eyes. Imagine all the possibilities. Caan Floral.
Morning, I'm Tom at Caan's Floral here, and I just thought you guys might be interested in what we're doing this time of year. It's February 9th, a cloudy gray day, just after we got about a foot of snow, or excuse me, 6 inches of snow. And this is what we're doing out here at Caan's today. These are geranium cuttings. This is one that's rooted. We actually took these cuttings yesterday, and we're sticking them into these cubes today, trying to get this. This is a rooted geranium cutting that's about a month away from this, and we're doing it right on a hot, warm bench. We break the buds off when we plant them, which these will be planted in about another week, but we're in the process of doing that. We also are propagating New Guinea impatiens. This is a full rooted flat of New Guineas that we're going to be using for our hanging baskets. You can see they got nice roots on them. These are some that came in this week that don't have roots on them. I don't know if you can see that, but this is what they come into us looking like. Then we grow roots on them, trying to get them to look like this, and then we will be planting this into our finished pot. So these plants here started in Costa Rica. We stick them, some things need root tone, some don't. We put them right in the soil here, and then we have a mist, which I'll show you quick, that goes off every hour or 30 minutes, depending on sunlight. So we mist them once an hour like that to keep them turgid, because they don't have any roots on them yet. So we're in the process of doing a lot of propagation here, and if you want to take, well, right here we've got fuchsia plants that we planted yesterday. They're bare root. These we actually took off of our own stock plants in the greenhouse, and we just stick them right in soil. It takes us about a month to root them, and then we're going to transplant them from there. Some things we can take cuttings off of, and others we can't, based on patents and stuff. Some things we can propagate and pay a patent fee. This we can take as many cuttings as we want, and there's nothing involved like that. So if you want to just take a look down here, I'll show you a few other other plants that we've got rooting. Thinking of geraniums, here's a whole bench that's rooted. There's about 7,000 plants on this bench, and if you notice, we're pretty much getting pretty close to 100% to root. Our goal is 95%, and we've been doing a better job. We've got to use fungicides, and the key is we've got heat right on this bench here. These are hot water tubes, and it's a constant 72 degrees, even though the air temperature is only 60. If you look over there, we've got 2 more benches full of geranium cuttings that are rooting. Those were just stuck this week. Today's Saturday. They were probably stuck on Thursday, and they're just starting to stand up, but we're still misting them around the clock. So we mist them 24 hours a day for the first week, and then we back off as the plants start to take hold. On this other bench next door, right here, we've got a few other plants that we're rooting. These are scavolia. If you've never tried that, that's a super plant in full sun. They're just barely rooting. They look a little weak now, but we'll start to fertilize them lightly once they get roots. We don't do a lot of fertilizing before that. Here we've got a couple different varieties of licorice plant, you can see, and then we've got some petunias and different things here. A lot of this stuff we get shipped in actually from foreign countries because they got better day length, more predictable weather there, and then we root them here at our facility. I just want to show you a couple other new ones that we got over here. I don't know if we're still live, but we got some vinca vine, different things. Right here, this was a new variety of calabacoa. If you look, it's you still see dirt and stuff, but they do have roots on them. These are about 2.5 weeks old right now, and we're trying to get them nice and bushy before we plant them. This was a new color called Neon Volcano. And then this was another volcano, which is a different shade of pink. It's usually this time of the year these won't bloom. If you notice, the ones next to them are green, but because they're coming from Central America where the days are the same length all the time, they're getting enough sun and energy. By us getting them from there, it's summer-like conditions there. They take off really nicely. They ship them. It must take about 2 days to get here, and then we've got to plant them immediately once they arrive. You can see there's a bunch more New Guineas indications that we're talking about. Here we've got some Carina. We're not really interested in blooms right now. You can see this flat isn't growing quite as well, but hopefully it's going to come around. It's nice to see the color that they're going to be, but at this point of the game, we're not looking for blooms. We want plant growth. I just thought you guys might like to see what we got going on. Here we got some regular super petunias. You can notice the blooms are a little bit larger. However, they're going to get much bigger than that in the baskets. So this is how everything started here at Caan Floral. We're back in the greenhouse here February 9th, and we just noticed some of our first pansies blooming. These are actually new this year. They're called Cool Waves, which are hardier. You can plant them. They'll should come back over the winter. They're actually a trailing pansy, so we do a lot of them in hanging baskets and in color bowls. If you look around here, we're kind of surrounded by them. When we start pansies, we get them in plugs like this. This is a 288 plug, so each one's got its own little root system, and then we transplant them into these pots. These are about 3 or 4 weeks ahead of this, and this is about a 10-week-old plug at this point. So that's how we're starting our pansies, and we're just starting to get blooms. One other thing of note, in our hanging baskets of them, here we've got what we call Osmocote, and that's a slow-release fertilizer that we put in all of our hanging baskets just in case you don't fertilize them enough at home. And it just kind of works its way through the whole plant and gives it fertilizer every day rather than only when you give it liquid feed. We still recommend using liquid feed, but we like to put Osmocote in there just to make sure that they do get some food. And you can see we're just getting started with pansies. We got the other half of the greenhouse where we were propagating. This half we're starting our spring production.
Got a surprise for your nose and your eyes. Imagine all the possibilities.